My name is Mikhail Rogers, and I am the composer of March to Buckingham Palace. And this is a march that is perfect for a concert festival or for a concert just at your school. It's in the Developing Band series for FJH Publishing and is available wherever you get your concert band music. March to Buckingham Palace is based off of a ceremony that takes place in London just about every day around midday, and it's called the Changing of the Guard. And I've been to London many times to actually see this happen. Basically what's going on is the guards that are on duty at Buckingham Palace, which is the official residence of the monarch, those guards are clocking off and another group of guards is clocking in for the day. And so it's basically a shift change. But as with the Brits, they do a lot of ceremony involved with this. And so there's usually a parade down the long street that leads to Buckingham Palace. And that street is called the Mall. It looks like Mall, M-A-L-L, but it's pronounced Mall. And there's cavalry, there's infantry, there's carriages and horses and all kinds of different groups. But one of the things that they usually have is some type of marching band, either a fife and drum corps or a full brass ensemble or a full band ensemble. That is very fun to see. And so I based this entire march on that ceremony. The march actually begins by having different sections come in. If you're on the Mall and you're listening to the parade come closer and closer, the first thing you hear are the drums, the second thing you hear are the high-pitched flutes, and then you start to hear other sections basically come in as the group gets closer and closer. So there's a buildup in the first 20 measures of the piece that help do that. They're playing a song called the British Grenadiers, which is a famous military march that's used in the United Kingdom by various military groups. And you'll notice at 21, we've got the entire band now playing that British Grenadiers song. I highly recommend during rehearsal, especially the early rehearsals, that you start by rehearsing measures 21 all the way up to 37, because that is the main melody as played by the entire ensemble. And so if you perfect that first, then getting the beginning of the piece, the beginning 20 measures, is a lot easier. So that's just something I've learned rehearsing it time and again. When you get to measure 37, that's when the band is getting real close to Buckingham Palace, and they break into a little clip from Rule Britannia, which is another patriotic song for the United Kingdom. After the Rule Britannia section, you'll notice that there's a dogfight, just like you would in a traditional march. And then it breaks into, at measure 57, the chimes of Big Ben, the Westminster chimes, as it were. And you can play these on a concert chimes, or you can play them on just regular bells. But the winds are actually playing along with that, and it works so that it sounds like an echo. You want those to chime just like the ding dong, okay, just like the Big Ben chimes do. The last strain that begins at 65 is a setting of the British national anthem, God Save the Queen or God Save the King, depending on who the monarch is at the time. And on top of that is layered the original British Grenadier melody turned into a slightly different counter melody, and that's in the flutes and the trombones. So you want to bring that out, of course, but you also want to bring out the British national anthem at that time, okay? And then at the very end, you've got just a little snippet of the British Grenadiers again to finish off the march. One thing you also want to remember is that the tempo is not quite as fast as it normally would be for, let's say, a Sousa march or whatever, because the British in their ceremonial marches take things just a tiny bit slower. It's not too slow, but it's just a tad slower. So they concentrate more on the pageantry. And so that's the idea behind the tempo marking of 108 at the beginning. But you want to keep it nice and steady, bouncy, crisp, and very regal, very royal sounding. So there's a couple of tips to help you to playing March to Buckingham Palace, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much.